starting five for the Suns had 20 total, so they've got to rebound better. But
and they got to shoot the three better. Obviously, they were 5 out of 22.
That's their key is shooting the three. And what did we say about the Lakers? They're the #1 team that takes away the three against anyone.
But one of the points I was trying to make, they can't do anything better but shoot threes. That's why they got to go smaller with Lopez, take him out the way and go smaller. That is the only thing they can do.
Well, weren't you the one person a few years ago when Avery Johnson made that big change in this lineup going against the Golden State Warriors? He said, "Oh, you're showing your hand. You can't. You won so many games. You can't do that."
That's what I said.
Because they go small against the Lakers. You saw what they did against Utah and how small they were. You just want to pound them to death down low.
But that's the only chance they got, Reggie, of outrunning the Suns. They're not going to beat the Suns. That's what you said. What you said, they played pretty good except for this. The only thing they can do is shoot the three better. And that's Channing Frye, and that's Dudley, guys like that.
How about Kobe Bryant's third quarter?
I mean, you could see it coming. You know, it was an avalanche coming, and you just was in the way. If you're the Phoenix Suns, he shot the ball so efficiently in the first half, and he had to bounce in his step. He was able to make that second effort. That's how I notice if guys are getting it done. When you get covered here, you make the second effort to cut to the basket. The first effort was covered. Most guys, when they're not having a great night, will allow you to cover you that first effort.
He had 21 in the third quarter.
And let's say this. Kobe Bryant has not practiced the last 6-7 days for the Lakers. But that does not mean we know Kobe. He's been shooting. He rents out gyms. Him and his trainer, they put up anywhere between 500 to 1,000 shots. So it hasn't been like Kobe's been sitting on his couch somewhere chilling with his leg up after being drained.
Kind of like you and I did.
Exactly.
So I think
Those 13 for 23 from the field.
I think the other thing is, because Bynum's not really playing, I think that's why Alvin Gentry feels that Lopez is going to make a difference. But in the same token, you just have to defend better. But and the more things, like Charles, I will agree with you. You just have to score. And that's their only chance.
They shot 58%.
No,
Lakers.
No. Oh, the Suns are never going to be a great defensive team. What I'm saying, the only thing they can do is speed the game up and try to make more threes. They're not going to win like this.
You see Amari Stoudemire with 23 on the night to lead Phoenix, and he is with Craig Sager.
Thanks again. Charles Barkley just said, obviously, you guys want to speed the game up, but you gave up 128 points. What was the problem with the defense?
Yeah, we didn't play well. We didn't play well. With those strategies before the game, we didn't quite execute those. We gave up too many middle drives. We didn't quite close out well on a few shooters. So Ron Artest and Lamar Odom hit a couple unexpected threes out there. So, we're going to do a better job Wednesday.
What about Lamar Odom? 19 points, 19 rebounds, coming off the bench. You had to guard him sometimes. Why was he so effective tonight?
He did a great job the first half. I think second half we did a pretty good job with him offensively. He was able to get some boards. He comes in, he's long. Reach over the top, you get a few boards. A couple offensive boards hurt us. We got to do a better job of keeping those guys off the boards Wednesday.
Kobe Bryant, 21 points in the third quarter. Obviously, one person can't guard him individually, but what do you guys have to do as a team?
Well, we got to, Kobe's going to get his numbers. He's going to do that. But we got to try to, eliminate the other guys. Lamar just had a great game. We got to do a better job of Ron Artest. A few guys did. Paul Gasol had a solid game. So we got to contain those guys. Kobe's going to get his numbers. We know that, but we got to contain the rest of the guys.
All right, thanks a lot. Back to you, Jet.
All right, thank you very much, Zegs. And what did you want to say to? Well, here's Alvin Gentry.